We're going to talk about how to avoid these relationship pitfalls. Number one, with a bullet. And if you've ever seen me speak before, this is usually my number one with a bullet. Awareness. Simply having awareness. Not saying, oh, I'm feeling this rush of chemicals. I'm in love. Everything's perfect. I found my soulmate. Not doing that, first of all. Keeping it in perspective, right? This is fun. I'm going to enjoy this. This is awesome. This is just a drug. This is just a chemical reaction. A fun one, a super fun one, but I'm not going to make it into anything more than it is. I'm going to enjoy it for what it is and not going to assume that this person is now the person I'm meant to be with because of it, right? I'm going to look at, oh, there's that pitfall. I can see how I'm doing that, right? I can see how maybe I'm triggered by this person. Maybe I'm liking this superficial thing about them, and it's causing this greater uptick in these behaviors coming from me. Awareness, seeing it, catching it, right? Next thing, the next big thing, slowing down. Slowing things down. Not saying it's easy. That's for sure. When you have that rush of chemicals, man, you just want to speed everything up. You want to spend every waking second together and have as much sex as you possibly can all the time, right? But the faster you go, less likely you are to catch yourself tumbling down this rabbit hole. I mean, sex too, right? I'm going to say slow down sex. I know we're human beings. It's really hard to slow down sex. However, it's a very intimate experience. Two human bodies getting as closely spiritually connected as can possibly happen. It's an emotional experience, right? If you're feeling that connection already, you sleep together, all of that stuff is going to skyrocket, and your chances of falling into some of these traps are going to skyrocket. Once again, I'm not saying you're going to be perfect. I'm saying awareness. Notice the effects. Be aware of the effects that your actions have, and be real with what it is, and don't make it into something it's not. Slowing down. This is actually something that I'm very proud of myself for doing recently. Just this past summer, I met a woman, and we had about as strong as one of those connections as I can remember having in a while. I mean, this was intense. This was super, even on our second time hanging out, we were looking at each other and we were just saying, we are so screwed right now, because we know exactly where this goes. We know exactly what this is, right? So what did I do, though? Because since January now, I've been wanting to do things different. Since January, I've been examining this stuff different, right? So I said, okay, I'm feeling all of this. I'm very excited about this person. We're going to take a week before I see this person again. I'm just going to take a week. I want to see him tomorrow. I want to see him right now, this second. We're going to take a week, right? And that week came. I was a little more calmed down. I had a chance to process my emotions before. Started spending more time together. Still fiery as all heck, but I was able to catch red flags a little more. She was kind of an alcoholic, right? So the decision I made in that moment was that I basically friend-zoned her at that time. I saw, we've got this super hot thing, but I know that if we jump down this path, it's going to turn into a huge blazing tire fire. I can guarantee there's nothing good that can possibly come from this in the long run. So I friend-zoned her. And who knows, maybe we could develop something else further, but I knew that that intense, that was just the fastest highway to hell you could imagine. There was no turning back. That's just tear off the brakes, because this thing's just going downhill and it's not stopping. I jumped out at the last minute before it was going down. First time in my life I was able to stop an unhealthy situation, a painful, destructive, unhealthy situation before it happened. Pretty proud of myself for that. But don't all applause at once. Other things you can do to avoid these situations. Talking to friends. Right? They've got this third party looking. You can talk to them about it, and you can say, hey, am I being crazy right here, or is something else going on? And even more important, listen to your friends. When your friend says, I don't like that person, listen to them. My dear God, you don't want to. How dare they speak negatively about the love of your life, right? Do your best. Listen to your friends. Practicing good communication. when you're getting into those situations and you want to put your best self forward and there's things that you're maybe wanting to hide, right? Honesty, practicing honesty. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it sucks, but man, the benefits are big. Now that's not saying oversharing either. That's another issue that people can run into. They just spill everything. Oh my God, I love this person. I want them to know everything ever about me. That's not healthy either. Healthy relationships, healthy friendships, there's a gradual getting to know, getting to trust, opening up, feeling safe, building things slowly over time, right? That philia. Right? You don't dump everything. So healthy communication. Once again, you ever want to know what that looks like? Think about your best friend. How do you talk to them? Right? People always, I got to go back to it because these breakups happen and they always say the same thing. You always say the same thing. Well, we'll still be friends. Well, we'll still be friends. Which is ridiculous because you were never friends to begin with. Like that person was not your, yeah, you spent 24/7. Yeah, you're enjoying all the good chemicals that you're feeling from this person, but you don't talk to this person the way you talk to your actual friends, right? You never had that actual connection. But it's important. It's so, so important to have that philia, right? If you don't have that foundation of philia underneath it, your relationship will not last. It will never last. I guarantee it. You want to know? Here's a statistic. You can look this up any way you want to, right? What relationships have the highest chance of staying together? By a long shot. It's not even close. It's something like 90% to everything else. An insanely high percentage of chance of success, right? Any guesses? What kind of relationships have the highest percentage chance of success?